brilliant at handling animals, even cats, which he didn't like because they killed birds. What would Twitch do? Instinctively, Jack knew the answer. Twitch would get the hurt cat to a vet as quickly as he could, even if it meant he got bitten, scratched, and missed the meeting with his friends. "Okay, Zombie," Jack said softly. "You're going to have to trust me." He put the stick down, as a gentle wind rustled the golden leaves around him. Rising to his knees, he parted the ferns with his hands. The cat howled and spat, baring its teeth, hunkering down as if it were going to pounce. Ignoring the noise, Jack peered at the cat's injury, grimacing at the sight of fur matted with congealed blood. The cat's left hind leg was hanging at an odd angle. It couldn't have run away from him, even if it wanted to. He studied the poor moggy. It didn't look like it had been in a fight. There were no claw marks or any other injuries. And it couldn't have been hit by a car. They were too far from the road. A trail of flattened plants showed the way that the cat had dragged itself into this hiding place. It must have been hurt in Aves Wood. But by what? Or who? If he left the cat here, Jack feared it would die. There was a vet on the Bridvale Road, about a mile away outside town. Could he get the cat there? Hoping to spot something or someone useful, Jack looked around. He saw glossy hawthorn berries dangling from lichen-covered branches and butterflies and buzzing beasties feeding on overripe crab apples. But he couldn't see anything that would help him carry a petrified, injured cat. Twitch had taught him that the key to dealing with frightened animals was to be calm, firm, gentle, and swift. Wriggling out of his camo anorak, Jack pulled off his grey hoodie and put his coat back on, taking his gloves from his pockets. He tucked the hoodie into the neck of his coat, spreading the jumper across his chest, and pulled his gloves on. His heart was hopping about nervously. Closing his eyes, he inhaled the calming, earthly scent of autumn. He could do this. "Okay, Zombie, I'm going to pick you up now." Jack flattened the ferns, and Zombie shrank into a defensive posture, snarling at him. "Please don't attack me, Zombie. I'm trying to help." His words had no effect on the distressed cat. "Oh, yikes," he muttered to himself. "This is going to hurt." Before he could overthink, Jack leaned forwards, placing his hands around the cat's middle, careful not to touch its injured hind quarters. He lifted it swiftly, hugging its head and front half under his right armpit, keeping the injured end of the animal up. The cat clawed at him wildly. Jack's coat and hoodie protected his ribs, but he sucked in air as one of Zombie's razor-sharp talons caught him across the forearm, raking his skin. A sickening waft of poop told him that the cat had soiled itself, and a wave of nausea turned Jack's stomach. But he didn't have time to worry, because Zombie was wriggling and spitting, trying to escape. "It's all right, Zombie," Jack said, struggling to keep hold of the cat. He manoeuvred his right arm so that it pinned the cat against him, and using his teeth, he freed the hoodie from the neck of his coat, letting it drop over the cat's head, so that it enveloped the feline and hid the world. He kept its injured backside lifted, touching nothing. Jack stared at the cat's thigh, which was oozing blood. He could see a hole. Was it made by a bullet? Had someone shot Zombie? He was horrified. Who would do a thing like that? Rising to his feet, Jack half walked, half jogged with bent knees, moving as swiftly and smoothly as possible along the familiar paths of Aves Wood. He hurried across Crowther Bridge over the canal and came out on the Bridvale Road. With a sickening jolt, he suddenly realised the cat had stopped struggling. Terrified that Zombie might be dying in his arms, Jack raced up the road. Chapter 2. Who Shot Colonel Mustard? Jack burst through the door backwards.